Hi guys, from Epcot. So this morning I was at Magic Kingdom, then I had to go to work, and now I'm off work, so I wanted to swing by Epcot because it's kind of in the vicinity of where I work, and I really wanted to come today to check out some topiaries because I realized I haven't really done like a topiary tour of the festival yet. They usually reuse a lot of their topiaries, but a few of them were new, and if any case they really shuffled them around. And one big thing that I noticed right as I walked in is this. This is weird. This is insane. This is the Leave a Legacy monoliths, I think is what they're actually called. I call them the, tombstones, but there's walls around them. So as you walk in, you see the plaque for Leave a Legacy right in front of this planter, in front of Spaceship Earth, right there. Right over there, the monoliths are still there, but over here, this entire side is completely boarded up. That's where I just was, right over there. I started my video right over here because this whole planter situation is still here. Just the entire Leave a Legacy area over here is just completely walled in, and it's a really, really tight squeeze going that way. So I'm gonna walk around this way and then I guess kind of show a shot going back this way because it's just this entire area is all walled off. I know I'm sounding surprised, like I didn't know this was gonna happen because it was totally announced and I did know that it was gonna happen, but it's just still kind of weird to see. Also a little weird that they went with the black wall over here. Would have thought they would have done something a little bit more colorful maybe, or like gray. The walls go flush up against the concrete of this planter right here, and it extends all the way over to the fountain over here. That's a very condensed pinch point right there. I was just over there, and this is all the space that people have to walk in between the wall and the fountain right here. Again with the pinch point right here in between the center middle planter there and then the wall. There's really not a lot of space over here. I guess that's why they're doing one side at a time, it seems, or maybe they're gonna put the walls up over there simultaneously. I'm not sure, but I also wanted to show off the topiaries today, which is why I did want to come here. So there's some beautiful butterflies. I think I already showed these off when I was showing that off right there. But there they are, these beautiful butterflies lining this center planter here. There's definitely a lot more room on this side to head into and out of Epcot, unless they do put up the walls over here at the same time. That'll be interesting to see if they do that. Alright, so I think I've gawked at those walls enough, so I'm gonna head into actual Epcot now, into the World Showcase and Future World. They're also going to construct something over here as a reference to the spires that used to be there way back in the day. The first stop on my little topiary tour here is gonna be to visit Daisy, right over here. She's always looking glamorous and gorgeous, and right now she's like the centerpiece in front of Spaceship Earth, so that's fun. And I usually always go over there and then make a lap around the World Showcase to show things off. So today I'm gonna switch it up and go this way. So beyond character spot, there aren't any topiaries, but there is this sculpture right here, which is entirely made out of trash. This is by washtashore.org that collects trash that has washed ashore and then turns it into a sculpture to create awareness for pollution. And I think this is also to promote the Disney nature movie Penguins. There's Innovations West right there. There's the butterfly garden right there. And then right over here, behind which is, of course, the Imagination Pavilion, is Figment. He's been very, very popular, and he's been shuffled around kind of a lot in the previous years of Flower and Garden. He's right over here by his ride, which I think is pretty appropriate. Figment's right back there. There are no topiaries along this stretch leading into the World Showcase, but I wanted to stop and check out the flower bed over here because it's just so beautiful, and it's one of my personal favorite parts of this festival. It's just so picturesque and gorgeous and well maintained. Alright, heading over there because there's some topiaries over there. There's a bunch of topes over there. Yeah, I called them topes by Innovations East and Test Track and Mission Space. But over here, this is good old Pluto, and then giant Goofy. Consistently, one of my top topes is always Goofy. I always want to estimate how tall he is, but I'd never get it right. He's probably like 15 feet tall. Maybe like 12 or something modest. But he's enormous. I can't even see his eyes. There he is in his giant form. I love it. Alright, heading into the World Showcase. Gonna show off Minnie and Mickey right over here, and then I'm gonna head to the right on the way to Minnie and Mickey. Here's another look at the blanket flower bed over there. It's just beautiful. There's a lot of people waiting to take a picture with Minnie and Mickey, having a little picnic right there, so I don't want to act like I'm jumping up in front of them. But there they are. Right over there is Donald and Chip and Dale, and then over here is Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I'll show these guys off just because I'm over here. Here's Donald with his hoe, and then right here there's Dale, and then there's Chip right there. And what does Chip have in his little basket? It's a heart candy box, it looks like. Wonder who he's given that to. And then on the way to the UK, here's Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Right there, Donald's nephews. I said heading into the UK, but I meant heading towards the UK because obviously Canada comes before the UK does. There aren't any topiaries in Canada, but there is this beautiful garden over here by Le Cellier, and then back there, O Canada. All right, now I'm heading into the UK, and I'm passing by a lot of topiaries. Right over here is Thumper. We got Flower. And of course, there's Bambi. The UK has a lot of topiaries. What's kind of weird is the Illuminations globe is already out in the middle of the lagoon. Usually they kind of bring it out and then they park it over by the American Adventure Pavilion, but it's just right there in the middle of the lake. So, I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe they're just kind of doing some testings or something. All right, well there's Eeyore with Piglet on top of him. And there's Tigger, of course, right there, which means over here is Pooh and Rabbit. Pooh's a little bit on the portly side over here, but that's him with his red balloon. And then Rabbit with his carrots. And then right across from them is Captain Hook. And then Peter Pan. It's a little bit weird because Captain Hook has eyes, Peter Pan does not. I'm sorry it's kind of shadowy, the sun is going down, but there they are. Last time I was here I said I wanted to see the gondolas being tested, and there they are. The gondola buckets are going in and out of the Epcot station right over there. They're still covered, even though the ones that they've uncovered are going to Hollywood Studios now. France always has a couple topiaries, and there are a few new ones over here. Miss Piggy and then Kermit right over here. And I know I said that a lot of the topiaries kind of get shuffled around, and that's usually in the Future World area, because if there's a country that applies to the topiaries, that's usually where they reside. So there's Kermit. And then right over here is Miss Piggy, who has a lot of accompanying other topiary pieces. This one's very, very elaborate. Next up is Belle and the Beast right here. These are very, very popular all the time. Sorry about the light. Again, a while ago they used to have a Lumiere and a Cogsworth, but I haven't seen them in a while. I don't think they were here last year either. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think that there's any more topiaries between here and the American Adventure Pavilion, because Morocco doesn't have any, and then Japan doesn't have any. Yep, nothing in Morocco or Japan. This is kind of interesting. The drummers aren't up there, they're over there, maybe because it's so hot today. So I'm heading into the American Adventure Pavilion. I tell you what, I think a Duffy, I don't know, I guess a Duffy topiary I think would go pretty well in Japan, because they really, really like Duffy over there in the Japanese parks. There's the American Adventure, and right over here by the smokehouse we have a topiary, Minnie, and Mickey. These ones are pretty simple and pretty small, but they're cute. I like them. Heading into the Italy Pavilion. Right over there is Tramp and Lady. Lady's got some windy hair going on over there. There's Germany right there, and this is usually where they put Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, but they are not here this year. Instead, there's just Snow White and Dopey way over there. See, there's Snow White, and then there's Dopey. Dopey got a little bit of an upgrade, a little bit of a improvement going on with him, but they took away the other dwarves, mainly Sneezy. He was one of my favorites. All right, heading into the African outpost over here is Mufasa and Sarabi, and then there's Simba with Rafiki back there. I think Mufasa and Sarabi are in need of a little bit of an upgrade over there as well, because they do not look as prominent as Simba and Rafiki over there. Heading into China now, there is a topiary right over there of a dragon. I have no idea if this is always here. I don't know if I've really paid attention, but that's a topiary. It's a dragon topiary right there. Maybe they could throw in a topiary Mushu maybe one of these days. Wow, I was about to walk away and there's a Chinese zodiac topiary garden. So you can walk around the garden and you can read your zodiac. So this is for the festival, so I definitely want to go find mine. I'm a Gemini. I meant to say monkey, not Gemini. I'm also a Gemini, but I'm a monkey as far as the Chinese zodiac is concerned. So I'm very intelligent, I have a clever wit. I like that. Cool. But I must guard against being an opportunist and distrustful of other people. So that was interesting, but China also has these little panda topiaries. This one's always been one of my favorites. Norway has this really rock and roll looking troll right here. And on the other side of the stave church is Topiary Anna and Elsa over here by their summer house. On the way out of Mexico is Topiary Jose, Panchito, and Donald, the three caballeros. Now I can head over here to see my last few topiaries in Future World East. So Donald, Panchito, and Jose were over there. This is the Odyssey building, which is the Gardener's Terrace, and this is the flower bed over here on this side of Interventions of Future World, and it is also super gorgeous, but I'm heading over here to check out some more topiaries. Next to Test Track, we have Buzz Lightyear here waving at everybody. And then there's Woody. And then this is new. Sorry, it's a little bit backlit. This is Bo Peep and her little flock of sheep. So the Woody topiary used to be over in the American Adventure Pavilion, and over here by Mission Space used to be Buzz Lightyear, but now it's Stitch. Good old Stitch. Stitch was right over there by Mission Space, which means my final topiaries of the day are Lightning McQueen and Tow Mater, right over here by Innovations. And with that, I think I've done it. I think I've gotten all the topiaries today around Future World and the World Showcase. All right, I think that's it. I think I showed off all the topiaries around Future World and the World Showcase. That was a lot of fun. I know I've showed most of them, if not all of them, in videos already, but it was kind of cool to kind of walk around. I just condensed them all and put them into one video along with the Leave a Legacy construction. That was actually kind of surprising for me, but I'm pretty tired after going to Magic Kingdom this morning and then work and then now Epcot. I am ready to kind of go home and then take it a little easy. So on behalf of Daisy and myself today, have a good day, and I'll see you soon.